If you're wondering how many doors you should knock, I'm about to share with you the exact number right now. You're listening to the Door Knocking Champ. Let's go.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Hey, what's up? It's Chris Martin, real estate agent, investor, and coach. Subscribe to the channel. Do me that favor. Comment if you're watching and you like the video. I'd appreciate that very much. So you're about to go out door knocking, and I'm about to share exactly how many doors I knock when I go out door knocking. And not too long ago, I would go out and I would just randomly knock doors, maybe till I got tired. Sometimes it'll be an hour, sometimes it'll be 2, sometimes I'd hit 20, sometimes I'd hit 50, sometimes I hit 60. And I just went out there until I went to a real estate convention and was able to listen to a panel of agents who successfully use door knocking as their main lead generation strategy. And what I found from them, one person specifically, he said every time that he goes out door knocking, he only goes out and knocks 50 doors every single time, and he doesn't stop until he gets 50. And I brought that back with me, and I adopted that the very next time I went out door knocking. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. You may not believe it, but I can tell you that this is a fact. This actually happened, and you can even verify this with a good friend of mine, Craig, who happened to go out door knocking with me that day, and he can testify to this. So went out door knocking, and I was not gonna stop until I hit 50 doors. And when I went out, I was on the 30th, the 40th, and the 50th door that I knocked, someone answered. And of course, I got some answers before that, but the person that answered this door looked at me like I was just like dropped and sent from the universe. They said, and her name was Bonnie, shout out to Bonnie, past client, what's up? She said, we were just talking about selling our house, and here you are. So that day, on the 50th door, the real estate gods, thank you real estate gods, they were looking after your boy. They were looking after me, and they gave me what I call a K&L, a knock and list. And it doesn't happen all the time. But when it does happen, it's a great feeling. And if you knock on enough doors, you'd experience that as well at some point. Knocking doors is all about volume, right? You have to remember, it goes back to volume. How many doors are you hitting? It kills me sometimes when I hear real estate agents, yeah, I went out door knocking and I knocked 5 doors. You didn't knock any doors. If you knocked 5 doors, that's like a pregame. That's like a warm-up. That's just you getting going. You can't go out there and say you knocked 5 doors and you went out there door knocking. Don't do that to yourself. We need a good sample sizing. We need 50 doors. That way you can get enough volume to where you know how many people are gonna answer based off of the law of averages. And what I found is that if you knock 50 doors, you're going to get around 10 people that answer, regardless of the time of the day, regardless if it's afternoon, regardless if it's nighttime, morning time, weekend. Here's what we have to remember. We live in an age where now more people than ever are working from home. So don't fool yourself by saying, if I'm knocking during the day, no one's gonna answer, everybody's working. Not everybody works a 9 to 5. Some people work from home. Not everybody works Monday through Friday. Some people have certain days off. Some people work the second, the third shift. Some people are retired. So don't fool yourself by saying that people aren't home, they're not gonna answer the door. You're just giving yourself more excuses on why you don't wanna go out door knocking. So go out there, hit some doors, and don't make any excuses. So with 50 doors knocked, you're gonna get about 10 people who answer, and from that 10, you should get at least 1 or 2 nurtures. And we have to take those nurtures as a W. And we have to be able to take those nurtures as a win. Remember, a K&L is awesome. You get a knock and someone's ready to list, a K&L, knock and list, great. Though that's a grand slam. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes we just have to be happy with getting on base and getting someone's contact information and putting it into our follow-up system and having that lead to business at some point down the line. Because you know what they say, the money is in the follow-up. So if you haven't heard that before, listen to me close. The money is in the follow-up. So if your follow-up system and skills suck, you need to step your game up because more people are going to require additional touching points, additional contact before you actually get that listing, before you get that appointment. So get used to meeting someone and talking to them a few more times until you eventually get a piece of business from them. Learn to get comfortable being uncomfortable when you're going out door knocking. It's okay to get a couple butterflies here and there. You just have to go through it. Use those conversations as some motivation and confidence boosts to go to your next door and continue to have those conversations. And here's what happens. Some people just don't want to have conversation, and that's fine. We're not trying to force those people to have conversations. We're trying to talk to the people that are naturally engaging with us. So it makes it a lot easier. If you're going out, knock in an area that is dense enough to where you can hit 50 doors. You don't want to knock in a rural area where you have to walk down huge long driveways and the houses are so far apart, it's going to take you forever and a day to get 50 doors. You want to knock in an area where there's a lot of activity going on. Maybe the Amazon truck's out, the mail carrier's out, the people are out in front doing their gardens, whatever, but you're knocking from door to door where you can basically just hit 50 doors in a couple of streets. Plenty of streets like that around here where the houses are stacked right next to each other, parallel up and down the street, where you can knock a couple of blocks and get those 50 doors. And by the way, 50 doors is only going to take you about an hour and a half if you're knocking in a neighborhood like that. So all you have to do is time block an hour and a half to 2 hours to get those 50 doors, to get those 10 contacts, and to hopefully get that 1 or 2 nurture that you can actually take back and put into your system. Think how powerful that is if you go out and door knock 3 to 5 times a week and you're able to get 1 to 2 people every single time you go out door knocking as a nurture that you can add into your follow-up system. How quickly will your database increase? And you're talking to these people in person, which is the best way to communicate with someone. They will remember you when you call back if you reference how you met them and the way that you met them. Guys, hopefully this video helped out a little bit. Hopefully this encourages you to go out door knocking if you haven't already. And if you have, maybe it encourages you to get back out there. I want to hear from it. How is your door knocking sessions going? How are they going? Drop me a line in the comment and let me know what's up. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.